Bobbi, we're talking about a second act. Many, many people would look at your extraordinary career and say, drop the mic, leave on a high note. There's a lot of risk to saying, I'm going to do something next.
But this wasn't even my second act, because before I started a cosmetics company, I was a freelance makeup artist who, did covers of Vogue and traveled the globe. So that's really how I started. So the cosmetics company was kind of my second act. And I did that for a long time, and now I'm kind of on my third, fourth, fifth, and sixth act.
Is it scary or risky to do that, given the perch you've come from?
It is both of those things. But if you don't have that adrenaline, if you don't have the passion, and if you don't have a little bit of the butterflies in your stomach, stay home. Stay home, because if anyone that says they're not worried about doing new things is wrong, because I like doing things I don't know how to do.
For a lot of people, they like the idea of that, but the fear of putting oneself out there, the fear of failure, is crippling.
Well, I don't know if I'm necessarily fearless, because I'm someone that, especially with my kids, I'm worried about, them crossing the street, and my oldest is 29, But for me, it's being naive. I think that's one of my greatest attributes. I don't know how to teach people that, meaning you don't think it's not going to work. And then if it doesn't work, you're like, all right, that didn't work. Let me do it differently. Let me shift.
Was it hard for you, because your name is your brand, for you to disconnect yourself from that? Your brand sits here, and now you're your own entity, not connected to it. You can't control it.
Well, of course, it's a little bit weird, but I realized that I sold my name. I'm really proud of what I created and developed. My role now is to be a role model and to say, okay, that's great, but what if we try it this way? Instead of like, I don't like that, because I was always so busy when I was at the other company that it was like, no, I don't want to, no, let's do it that way. Oh my God, I really like that. Oh my God, I love that. So now it's like, okay, let's talk about it.
In the 1990s, if you said what makes a good business leader, words we often heard were strong, independent, fierce. Now you hear words like empathetic, great listener, collaborative.
And strong. And strong. I think fierce is a bad word. Fierce, people are fierce because there's something special about them. But I think fierce became, well, you're, the B word. No, just because you're a woman in business, you don't need to be, not nice. So you need to be nice, and you need to be fierce, but from a sign of power, and that's just your internal thing. But you also need to be open. You need to be open because, there's people that have ideas.
Have you seen yourself change, especially as you became powerful? Did you feel like you needed to fulfill a role of what a powerful businesswoman is? And now when you look back on who you were then, has it changed to who you are now?
I never tried to be anything other than I was. I always felt most comfortable being myself. I never tried to be a businesswoman. I never tried to be, a celebrity.
You are one.
But I never tried. Like I never was like, well, I'm that way, I have to act a certain way. I learned that I did my best job, and what made me happiest was being myself. And it took a while to learn that. I didn't learn that in the beginning, but it took a while to figure that out.
Looking back, do you think you made mistakes in how you led and how you ran a business that you've changed in what you're doing now?
I think the mistakes probably have been that I didn't insist on certain things when I should have. I think I made mistakes, maybe not listening to people that I didn't think had good ideas. When you're part of a big corporation, if you don't necessarily agree with the direction that some people want to do, it's not the easiest thing. That's not the best fit. I'm not someone that looks back. I look forward. And I'm so, ecstatic, I guess, is the word, that I am now working on new things, new projects, with new people, and it's just a breath of fresh air.
Then talk to us about the idea of this Masterclass, because it's getting there's so much excitement around it. Why did you decide to do this, and what's your vision?
Well, it's the first ever beauty that they have done. So I've been a fan of Masterclass from the beginning. Of course, the chef series are incredible. Anna Wintour was great. Scorsese. You say these names, and when they called and asked me to do one, I'm like, really? And I was like, okay. And I started to literally drill down with their team about what it could be. And so it was just really neat to be able to teach people. I'm not teaching how to contour. I'm not teaching, weird makeup. I'm teaching the thing that I find the most beautiful, which is just makeup that makes you look like a better version of yourself.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.